Honey, I got what you want.
Hey y'all, welcome back. We are headed into summer, and that means it's pedicure season. I'm ready to get my toes together. They need some love. They need revitalization. Also, I know that different people are going to get different types of enjoyment out of this video, and that's fine. I don't shame anybody for anything, but let's all understand that this is a nail-centered page for nail art, entertainment, and education, but nail-centered entertainment. Please be respectful in the comment. There could be anybody of any age watching this video. So, okay, that's it. That's my PSA. Don't be weird. Be whatever. Just don't be weird on my page. Thank you. Okay, let's get into it. Y'all, recently I had this buck wild client. She came in for her first appointment with me and tried to convince me she didn't have an infection. So this woman shows me her hands for the first time, and before I could even get a word out, this goober went to work convincing me that I could continue with her acrylic service. Now y'all, some of these details can get kinda gnarly. So I'll leave a timestamp so you can mute the audio for this part if you want and still watch the nail video. She knew. She so knew. She totally knew. She knew I would shut her down or at least have reservations. Because y'all, I'm not exaggerating when I tell you, this woman had a freaking hole in her finger. Y'all, it was bright red, swollen, oozing, and her finger was so swollen that, like, the cuticle was lifting from her nail bed. It was so swollen that the whole area around her cuticle was weeping and lifting from her nail bed. Not to mention, she literally had multiple openings in her skin. It was one of the gnarliest things I've seen in this profession to this day. And y'all, the things this goober was trying to say to get me to give her acrylics. Oh, bless her heart. She said, "Well, it was infected, but it hasn't been since I trimmed the bad parts." Girl, what? The bad parts? The bad parts as in the multiple weeping holes in your bright red tomato finger? Okay, sure, you took care of the bad parts. I mean, did I take the wrong pill? Am I in an alternate dimension or something? What is happening? And I'm terrified to know what, quote, trimming the bad parts, unquote, actually entails. Like, that sounds mortifying. What did you do? What did you actually do to... I don't even want to think about it. Let's not think about it. Another point she kept driving home was that she had rosacea, as though that, like, really meant something. She claimed that it was because of her rosacea that her skin was red. So yeah, rosacea is a condition that affects the red tones in your skin. We can all agree on that. Proven medical fact. What I'm not sure of is how rosacea can be localized to a single finger. Now, even entertaining that notion is generous, considering we would have to pretend to not at all see the hole in this woman's finger. What? Another cute little trick I guess she thought would sway me was telling me of how much worse it was. So while acknowledging that the condition is bad now, she feels that somehow by telling me how much worse it had been, that somehow that would make it okay now, even though it's not her. What? Like, I can't even wrap my head around the logic. Like, I don't know why this woman thought that would work. If anything, that's more frightening, right? Or am I just out to sea in a little boat by myself here? Because she definitely was putting in work gaslighting, y'all. Had me feeling mayor of Deluluville or something. I mean, by that logic, if you had a broken leg and had a cast on it, like, would she say, oh, just take it off after like 2 weeks because it won't be healed, but, you know, it'll be less broken than it was before the cast? Like, you can't just be sort of healed from an infection and act like you don't have the infection. You either have it or you don't, and she so had it. She so had an infection. It's also pretty wild to me that she would want an acrylic service as badly as she did in her condition. It certainly didn't look comfortable. It, in fact, looked quite painful. So I'm wondering, how would she even sit through a service? I mean, if that was my finger, I'd be a little baby about it. Because when you're getting an acrylic service, there's a lot of messing with that finger. You gotta file it. I'm gonna be like pinching on it to hold it still the whole time. Oof. Ouchies. Ouch. That sounds painful. Why would she want that? It's not worth it. No acrylic set is worth that. Oh my goodness. So obviously, y'all, I kindly advised this woman to seek medical attention. For my safety, her safety, and the safety of all my clients, I would never perform such a dangerous service. Aside from the risk of cross-contamination, like contaminating myself or my studio, like I said, like, that would have seriously hurt her. That service would have been so painful to her and definitely would have made that infection so much worse. Like, oh my God, I still can't believe she wanted that service. So, all in all, not only was this one of the most hideous infections I've seen in real life, but interacting with this woman was totally surreal. She really did try to sell me a plot of land in Delulu Township. Also mind-blowing to me is even after all that, she did attempt to book with me again, like just a couple months after this service that I denied. But unfortunately, y'all, she has been fired as a client. Although I really hate to do that, I just really can't handle the way this lady gaslit me. Even if you're hiring me to provide a service for you, I'm still not okay with being coerced into uncomfortable positions that could actually be harmful to me. It's not fair. It's not consensual at that point. So really, her doing that broke a lot of the trust that I think is important, especially in that close of a, service provider-client relationship. Ideally, your client should know that you have their best interest at heart, and you should feel comfortable knowing that your client isn't going to put you in a compromised position. Like, can y'all imagine if I had done the set and she was running around town like, oh yeah, look at this queer AF nails set I just got, teehee. And everybody's looking at that big old hole in her finger. Yeesh. Would not look good for me, y'all. Would not look good.
Honey, I got what you want. Give me all of your love, 'cause it's burning hot. It's what you do to me, babe, I can guarantee.
Thanks for watching, y'all. Like and subscribe, please, pretty please. I will see you for the next one. Bye.
Oh, 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 you look